The Hero of Ages is not who we think it is. This is my totally unhinged theory, and I'm mad about it. First things first, we're going to have massive spoilers for both the Hero of Ages and the Bands of Mourning, so don't get sassy with me in the comments. So let's talk about this prophecy. So I was led to this theory after thinking about Sazed's role as Harmony and how he's not very good at it. As a side note, I think he became Discord as soon as he ascended, but he's just really getting involved in things he's not supposed to. He's not balanced. Like, all these things are going against what we think like a Hero of Ages would do and be. But we've actually never seen the full untouched by ruin prophecy. But also, like, who are the world bringers and why are they coming up with prophecies and where have they been since? And with that massive disclaimer in mind, there's still a lot of parts of the prophecy that just don't really match. First of all, Sazed was never royal and kings plural never came to his aid. The Hero of Ages is also described as not just being a soldier, but also a leader, but Sazed doesn't really fall into either of those roles. And although you could make the argument that he's caught between worlds, I think that's kind of a stretch. And of course, we have to go back to how much of this prophecy can we trust? And honestly, most of the details we were getting were things that were being used to describe Alendi, and we don't know how much of those are true. So one of the reasons I think that Sazed could be, for lack of a better term, the journey and not the destination has to do with the original name of the book. And that's because Brandon originally called the Hero of Ages the final hero. And there's still a ton of books left, so it doesn't make sense for the final hero to be someone who's not very good at being a shard. So then who's our real Hero of Ages / final hero? Unfortunately, there's a chance it's Kelsier. Because all of those lines that don't make sense for Sazed make sense for Kelsier. For one, he became some sort of deity or king for the Malish, and the Ghostbloods network means that he could get literal kings coming to his aid. And he's literally stuck between worlds right now. I mean, he's a cognitive shadow stapled into a body and not very well. I mean, no nation has claimed him because he's still running around. And no woman can keep him because Brandon's confirmed that he's not interested in anyone else after Mare. One of the biggest parts of this prophecy is the idea of bearing the future of the world on your arms. The Bands of Mourning, guys. And Kelsier could be a force of discord here. So we know that the hero does not have children and has wielded authority no mortal should. Do not get me started on defending their ways while violating them. There's this whole thing about the heroes going to create and destroy nations, which makes a lot more sense for Kelsier, who's done this literally, than Sazed. There's also a strong possibility that Kelsier could try to claim this prophecy for himself, considering we're seeing so much buildup in tension between the two religions. But this is what I'd prefer to see. So the prophecy uses gender-neutral pronouns, and I would love to see this fit in with the transgender character that Brandon plans to write. And considering the terminology of the final hero, it'd make the most sense for us to see this character in the final era of Mistborn, considering that is the book where the Cosmere narratively will end. Or the Hero of Ages could be another character we already know. So some of you know I have a theory that Hoid is Alendi, and you can find that theory pinned to my page. And since Brandon has confirmed that Hoid will be a point of view character in Mistborn Era 5, that means that unfortunately Hoid is the Hero of Ages, even though it's probably Kelsier.